like you are a teacher. You need to pretend like you're an elementary teacher, and the student you are creating this agenda for is Jasmine. And Jasmine has been referred to special education, and when she was tested by the psychologist, they concluded that she qualifies as having a specific learning disability in mathematical skills. So, there's more details here that you'll need to read, but with that being said, I can start to go over the suggested IEP agenda. Okay, so here is the suggested IEP agenda. It covers all the components of an IEP. The components of the IEP are also listed here on slides 6 and 7. So I plan on reviewing those on Friday with people who come. So here are the components of the IEP. This PowerPoint presentation is very thorough and covers everything that's in the chapter again. Okay, so here is the suggested individualized education program meeting agenda. Pretend like you're the teacher and you need to come up with an agenda for Jasmine. When you come up with this agenda, use a Microsoft Doc or a Google Doc or anything that you can create and submit to me. And when you come up with this agenda, I'm okay with you using any type of format that you feel is user-friendly. And I asked you to leave spots for notes for people who are attending. There'll be some parts in this agenda where it'll take time for brainstorming and discussion, and you can leave, or even just listing modifications and accommodations that the team feels is necessary. So leave spots for notes, and you'll see that's in the assignment right here. Okay, but I'll go over this again, but everything I ask here is in these steps. So if you complete these steps, everything in bold will be covered. So let's focus on this first. Okay, you are the teacher, you're coming up with the agenda. First thing you need to do is welcome everybody to the meeting and introduce participants. This meeting is on a SLD, Specific Learning Disability Educational Label, and in the area of math. So you will not need to invite related service providers. So keep that in mind and invite people that are only necessary for this meeting. Hint, hint, there's required members: LEA, local education agent, general ed teacher, special ed teacher, parents, and student. Student is optional. I always encourage teachers to invite the students so they learn to advocate for their needs. Okay, step one, start with what you're going to do first, then go to what you're going to do next, which would be statement of purpose. This is Jasmine's first IEP. So there will be no goals from the past. There'll be current present levels you'll need to discuss at this meeting. So you can skip this next recommendation because there is not a previous year's IEP. So welcome everybody, state the purpose of the meeting, add what you feel is necessary. You can have fun with this. Just make sure you stick with SLD in math. Discuss present levels of performance. This will be in the data, the paragraph, in the scenario. Just heads up, it's mathematical skills, in particular multiplication facts. And develop some annual goals. Here, that's when you'll need this resource, page 68. Come up with 2 goals in math. Use the data I provided and come up with goals that you feel Jasmine can accomplish in a year. The IEP is reviewed annually, so come up with 2 goals that you want Jasmine to accomplish in a year. Okay, so 2 goals. Then consideration of special needs. Discuss modifications and accommodations and participation in statewide and district-wide assessments. Obviously, you don't have enough information to get real specific on this, but just state that you will discuss this with the IEP team. And Level of inclusion. State that you'll discuss how often she will be in a general ed classroom and how often she will be pulled out, even if she is pulled out. You might decide as a team that with modifications and with accommodations, she can succeed in the classroom. So, inclusion 100% with support. Related services. I mentioned that since it's math, SLD, you don't need to worry about inviting related service providers that would do things like counseling, speech, SLP, speech language pathologists wouldn't need to be invited because there's not language needs in Braille instruction. So you could skip these. Then recommendations and justification for placement in LRE. What do you recommend? This goes back here. Do you recommend full inclusion, part-time pullout? What do you think? There's really no right or wrong answer here because obviously this isn't a real IEP. Then close with thanking everybody for coming, securing signatures. This is done at every IEP meeting. Even the student, if they attend, they'll need to sign the IEP and make sure everybody knows that they will get a copy. All right, so here are the steps. If you complete that, you can skip a few. You will have covered everything I am asking for here. Okay. I don't want to repeat myself and keep talking. That is it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for listening.